How are you going to respond when things aren't quite going how you want? We often think about the things we want to go right, our goals, our aspirations, and things we want to do. We never think about the things we need to go through in order to get to those points and what you do when nothing's working for 5 years. What you do when it seems like you're hidden, you're invisible, you're not understood, you're disregarded, you're not placed on the priority list, and all these things you're going through until you get to that destination. And these things are present to break you physically and mentally. So, how are you going to respond? Are you going to respond by quitting, by stopping and starting over again to just be further back than you were before? What are you going to do? Because that is what most successful people don't talk about. What are you going to do when things aren't happening for you for multiple years? When it seems like you've been in the same spot for decades? What are you going to do? How are you going to react? And will it get you to quit your dreams altogether? Because at the end of the day, we can all have these goals and aspirations, but we forget about the period where all these things are happening. How are you going to respond? How are you going to respond when nobody's clapping for you, supporting you, cheering for you? Even if they are doing it, they're doing it in silence. How are you going to respond when the opposite sex looks at you as, oh, they think they're all that. I'm going to act this way to diminish them, to make them not feel so confident because they're too confident. How are you going to respond? People are going to play games with you, all levels, women, men, because they see something in you. But do you see that in yourself though? So much so that you just keep going, despite of what it feels like right now. How are you going to respond? Because, like I said before, it's easy to have dreams, it's easy to have goals and aspirations, but can you really withstand what it comes with? And when I say what it comes with, the difficult times, the lonely times. You want to talk to somebody, but nobody wants to understand you. You want to voice your thoughts and opinions and emotions, but nobody's there to listen. It's to the point you don't want to be a burden to other people by sharing what your true thoughts are, because you are going through it. Especially if you have giant goals out of reach, goals that the regular person will look at and think, you gotta be realistic. You gotta just do what everybody else is doing. You gotta follow everybody else. What are you gonna do then? You thought it was gonna be easy? You thought you're just gonna set the goal, dream, say a couple of affirmations, scriptures, quotes, and think that that's it? You have to go through dark times. If you think about how any plant grows, it starts with the seed in the ground, damp, cold, lonely, until the point, through all that raining, through all that suffering, when sun shines on it, it grows into this big plant. It's like you. Right now you're the seed and you're on the ground. You are in dark places, lonely. You have a lot of weight on you, but once that sun shines on you, you will blossom. But the thing is, we don't know when that's going to be. That's the thing. So how long can you withstand what you're going through right now? How long? If these goals are so important to you, you have to remind yourself this on a constant basis, in addition to do the work. Because if I'm sitting here right now to tell you it's easy, I'm lying to you. It's not easy. It's not easy. Leadership is a lonely road. It's a road that most people cannot go because there's so much things you will learn about yourself. So much about yourself will be revealed when you're put under so much pressure, alone, in the dark, behind closed doors. You're put through so much tests. How will you react? Because the test is not just 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. It could sometimes be more than that. Are you willing to withstand it? Because at this moment right now, it seems like nothing is growing. Nothing is going up in any way. But you have to hang in there. You have to hang in there because you made a promise to yourself. You got to keep that promise. Because if your words don't hold any weight, what's the point of speaking these things? What's the point? What's the point of setting goals, having these dreams, if you're not gonna follow through on it? It comes with this. What's the choice gonna be? Are you gonna just keep making new dreams and new goals every single time, or are you gonna make one and stick to it, despite of what you're going through right now? Stagnation is a true thing, but you need to find a way to break out of it by sticking to it, bearing it long enough to the point it builds calluses. Then you're stronger. You have more character. There's so many things about you with enduring all that pain, hurt, loneliness. It makes you into a stronger individual. That's what you need to be to conquer the goals that you're going after. But this phase that you're in right now, don't let you forget what the goal was and why you had the goal. The why has to be deep, because that's the only thing that's going to push you forward through these times. In times where you're alone, you don't feel supported, it's wet, it's cold, you're behind closed doors, it's dark, you need to remember your why. It's truly key. So what are you going to do? When things get tough, how are you going to react? What's your move going to be? Because setting new goals every single time and not finishing the ones you had before is lying to yourself. How do you build confidence when you break your own promises? At that point, it's delusion. It's fake. It's not real. So I want you to remember that. Remember the why on the goals that you set, and let that be the thing to power you through what you're going through right now. So if this video inspired you in any way, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more videos like this. And like I said before, hang in there. You're going through these times because you need to go through it to be stronger. Okay? I digress. I'll see you next video. May God bless you. And that's it. Just hang in there, folks. You got this.